Gam Recap, a show where objectivity is manifested to the core.
The Gam Recap Show is a show that tackles all kinds of different topics. You name it. Politics is at the center of it, life topics. But at Gam Recap Show,
we talk about issues that matter to you, issues that are key to our upliftment and development. So join us every Saturday,
9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 5 p.m. GMT, which is Gambian time. I will see you on Saturdays.
Only on LSTV1.
Frontline Financial Services offers affordable tax preparation with the maximum refunds you deserve. We file federal plus state tax returns with free phone estimates, fast refunds, and an advance loan as high as $6,000 on the same day. Your documents can be received through text, email, or WhatsApp, and you can take advantage of our mobile and virtual filing services. Call or visit our website today and let us earn your business. Frontline Financial Services. We take the lead.
Hello guys, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. My name is Ib Sengor and I'm here today with my co-host Afridamus. We have a special guest here. We have Dodou Ndow, who is the GDC Diaspora PRO, and we'll be talking about a whole bunch of issues affecting our political landscape in the Gambia. So, but before we do that, I'll let my co-host and Dodou introduce themselves. So, Mr. Afridamus, the floor is yours.
Hey, thank you, Apes and Dodou's. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on the show. And to the audience, thank you for joining us again. And those of you that are going to be coming to watch the show later, feel free to comment. It's an interactive show as usual. We'll bring the topics hot, cold, mild, you name it. But at the end of the day, we're looking for solutions, and that solution could be you. So stay tuned, engage. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Afridamus, for that wonderful introduction. Again, guys, this is a very interactive show, as alluded to by Afridamus. And, you can also call, to contribute, as the show goes on. The number to call is on WhatsApp, +1 214 600 7114. And, you can ask questions or interact and contribute as well. So, Mr. Dodou Ndow, introduce yourself. Who is Dodou Ndow? Tell us a little bit about yourself and the role you play for the GDC as a party.
Yeah, hello. Good evening from here and from the UK. I am greeting all of you, all the panelists on this program today, and all your audience spectators. I am Mr. Dodou Ndow, the Diaspora GDC Diaspora Public Relations Officer since 2016. I am honored to be on this platform tonight with you, and hopefully we will have a fruitful discussion on the issues pertaining to our dear motherland, the Gambia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dodou, for that wonderful introduction. We appreciate you being on this show tonight. For you is late in the evening for you, but on this show, we are very dynamic. We can speak in English, we can speak in Mandinka, Wolof, whatever we feel comfortable with. Our goal is to ensure that the people that are listening and watching are able to learn something from it. So we're not here to strictly stick to English as a language, but anything that we can use to communicate to our people to understand what we try to deliver. That's the most important thing for us. So, but before we do that, Dodou, there's a lot of topics. I don't want to go all the way back to history, the genesis of things, but there has been a lot of ongoing events, so they can be in Gambia. And for new watansi, lu yaagut ni tay ni issue bi happen na so gis nañ fa xew Sanyang youth si génn nañ dem nañ foofu noonu lakat police station bi. So bu loolu xewee tamit we had this guy Abubakar Jawara, because of his affiliation or connection to the presidency, mu ne waa Sanyang ñoo ñëw si moom pour ñaax ko ne pour mu dimbale leen rebuild police station bi. So moom he offered to do that for those people and he's been doing that. So mu ne loolu la moo def and people are complaining ne loolu waru koo def because so waree dem ba nga ne da ngaa live in build a police station for as a civilian. Is there a quid pro quo thing in there? So ko defee pare police dañ laa respect because xam nañ Gambia yow mun ngaa amee a whole lot of stuff in your car nga romba police su la gisee oh kii moo ñu bilal police station ñu salute la rek traffic bi romba la so it means yow lu la neex mën nga ko def si dëkk bi daal so loolu si beneen wéy la nañ ko xam nga some people are looking at it that way then in another way am na ñu ko xoole ne ok lii mun naa am du dara nit ku baax la rek ku gis xam nga ñu yaha police station te dëgg Sanyang bi they need a police station so right now if something happens crime in Sanyang where are people gonna go to address this to get a remedy no other place so mun naa am moom tamit si xolam bu set mu ne baal ma dem ma defaral lii nii pour dëkk bi so but a lot of people ñu ko seetee ne because moom mu ngi affiliate ak président bi loolu mun naa tax loolu mu nekk an issue daal a conflict of interest I would say so yow sa gis-gis xam naa Africa mo tamit dina si ñambaas dina si yokka dara but yow si sa gis-gis loo si gis in terms of the political affairs and what happened for a private citizen to rebuild a police station in a community.
Well, thank you very much. Farane Munge echo. I can hear the echo from one end,
Okay.
but maybe we can try to control that on the other side
Okay.
to get the best audible voices to the audience. But thank you very
Okay.
much for the question, Bobu.
You're coming in
Uh,
fine.
Yeah,
yeah.
we can hear you fine. Can you hear me
Okay.
now when I speak?
Okay. No, I can hear you well as well. Yeah. So
Okay. Okay.
yes. So yeah. So I mean, come Ninko Herek. I think that is that incident, unfortunate incident that happened in Sanyang, was an unfortunate event would take place. But like I said, in any country, like always, you have this problems you have that they muna happen occasionally within citizens and residents. So, but that's where the state comes in, and the state is responsible for administering the rule of law, ensuring that people are held up to account into their actions. So, li transpire belolo happen. Obviously, the officers will be in charge to deal with that issue. Why when we get to the bottom of it, so ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy the perpetrators or the cause of the issues will be dealt with according to the law of the land. So for an individual again, bu nga xamante ne this organization am na bañ yaha place bi individual war a taxaw ne dafa defal the police station. I think lolu obviously is malpractice. It's not shouldn't be allowed because lolu rent seeking la. Because whenever an individual, as you have rightly said earlier, whenever an individual take it upon himself to do something like that for a state, so koku dafa am a leverage over other citizens, and that can be detrimental to the efficiency and the effectiveness of the state in its administration according to in this regard according to law. So which means then obviously that individual dafa kind of be above the law because always think ko holene momoni defa li. So I think in the first place the Ministry of Interior should take it upon themselves and seek support funding from the state. You rehabilitate that police station while the investigations and the law is taking its course. Can be detrimental.
So yow daal si sa gis-gis gars yi waruñoo nangu nit jël ko because maa ngi dégg yaa ngi mention rent seeking. So rent seeking, man, to my understanding, that's lobbying when people go to like parliament, for example, and you present their case to parliamentarians, just to lobby for their interest to be pursued, by the parliamentarians. So in this case, what kind of rent seeking would you say is associated with this? Because could it be just an act of benevolence, like Buga, the guy, something, just work with them and do something for them?
Wow.
Alrighty.
obviously, in broader terms, what you said can be also one aspect of rent seeking to influence parliamentarians or officials to gain for a personal gain. So obviously, it's all kind of a corrupt act, because what will happen is rent seeking could be tamne whenever you take it upon yourself and invest your own personal um gains, your personal funds, or your personal possessions for the state. So Yange expect something in return. It's just natural. And then even if you don't ask for it, they will give it to you naturally, because dañoo wax ne kii moo fi def lii. So lolu obviously rent seeking la, because when you have people coming to government, putting in funds to the state, giving certain donations to the state, lolu so ko you could avoid because that individual will be owed to some extent a kind of a privilege, and that privilege obviously is rent seeking. So in broader terms, rent seeking could be any act that individual citizen take upon him or herself and invest into the state for personal gain.
So basically, in broader terms, you're saying private citizens have no business in rebuilding or building public structures.
No, absolutely, absolutely not, absolutely not. Private citizens, communities, some um, nations are combination of cultural communities and political communities, and if the state is responsible to administer their um, their structures, their operations in terms of securities, name it, for different angles. So obviously, lolu su fekkee ne happen na, then state be always ñoom ñoo war a make sure that is through their representatives, parliamentary representatives, through their alcalos, through their imams and their bishops, or their head of village heads, ñu seet li nga xam ne loolu lañ need in that place. For example, in this case nga xam ne police station bi ñu ngi ko yaaxa, so ñoom war nañoo mën a understand ne police station yaaxa nañ ko, ki ko yaaxa they deal with it because it's a state asset. But then again, the state should be responsible also pour them say li nga xam ne loolu lañ fa need ñu defar ko, regardless of whether those people are pro-state or anti-state. So loolu mooy tax li nga xam ne state bi na am the independence pour war a deal with any issues yu fa nekk. Waaye suñ bàyyee Mr Ndaw wala Mr Senghor mu war a dem foofu noonu dan génnee xaalisam defar loolu noonu, then it belongs to Mr Senghor. Elega si biir Mr Senghor mun naa wax sax ne man suma building la, suma kër la. So and then Mr Senghor boobu noonu su amee anything loo xam ne lii sax loi bi war na ko teg loxo o Mr Ndaw, then what it means then mooy rek ne dinañ ko jox that opportunity or that leverage against the other citizens yi nga xam ne mënuñ koo afford or defuñ ko.
Absolutely, that makes sense. Afridamos, what's your take on this?
All right, my take is gonna be different from what you guys are talking about, and I think you guys definitely are coming at this totally wrong, and you're misrepresenting these people. I happen to listen to Abubakar Jawara. This is not my first time knowing about him. He's Sarahule just like me, and I know exactly where he's coming from. Like the way people are trying to represent him, to categorize him, is totally false and wrong. He is not doing things because of Barrow. Let's not forget this man, was Gambian, council in China. His brother was Gambian council in Angola. What does that mean? These people have been using their own money for the Gambia government. Because in those countries, Gambia, go to some of the embassies, they can't even pay the phone. But to be a consulate in those countries, like his brother was saying in Angola, he built his home is like $10 million so that he can, something along those lines. And what he's doing, this is not strange to me. I think, there is a cultural difference here. People that don't understand how Sahulis operate, because the normal Gambians don't think about doing anything for the state. They think everything has to be done by the state. Go to Sarahule villages, Gambisara, for example, hospitals that there, the school, everything. Who do you think built those? It's not the government, it's the people. These people have money. It's no joke. They have money. So why do you always have to ask what your country can do for you instead of you doing it for them? If this man rebuilt that police station, he's not going to think it belongs to him, you know? And if he gets privilege, of course he should, because he's an outstanding citizen that is taking his money and putting it towards what the government doesn't even have. Let's just be real. The Gambia government does not have money to just rebuilding things. Our citizens, our eyes need to be open and start looking at these people, uplifting them instead of trying to get out. Because I watched an interview with him and Lamin Jai, you know, and this journalist is the same thing. I don't know if it's envy, jealousy, or what it is, but it's like instead of trying to find out about someone, they just attack. He said things, and Lamin Jai, it blew his mind. So I said it's a cultural difference. Sarahules have been doing this from the dawn of time. Yeah, Jammeh is the one that put a block that Gambians don't know about, like when he brought us guns to sell in the Gambia. People were tripping. I remember a time in Gambia, you could buy. My grandfather had a big store, NTC. You know this. He
Yeah.
carried, yeah, he carried guns there. He sold guns. Did you know you could buy guns from NTC back then? You
No,
could
I didn't
go.
know that.
Okay, there was shops where you could. When I was growing up in Gambia, you see people walking around with their cartouches in the market. It's normal.
Single barrel.
Single or double barrel. My grandfather
Yes.
had double barrel. You know, my grandfather was selling guns. You know, in Gambia you could buy cartouches. This was normal until Yaya Jammeh came and removed that. So this guy is not doing anything that Sarahules have not been doing. The reason why Sarahules even slowed down with the investments, they were scared of Yaya Jammeh because of the power he is exhibiting on people. You know, these people, they are doing the sand mining around Sayang area. And I know for a fact, knowing Sarahules how they operate, he's not doing this to try to get any interest. It's from compassion. He's part of the community. Sarahules, even here in America here, look at even the contributions they would put together to give to the government. You think they are looking for something? You're not looking for anything. It's just the love for the country. And if a Gambian citizen who becomes an outstanding citizen willing to use their hard-earned money, to invest, for the public's benefit, why shouldn't that person have privilege? And the type of privilege people are thinking in their head, is pretty stupid because if you have money, you're going to have that privilege regardless. What you want them to just have the privilege and also hang on to their money, because they have money. There's no doubt. These people have loads of money. They would have the privilege. So I think it should be commended to see that Gambian citizen is coming out doing this. More people should be doing this instead of criticizing this. Do you understand if Gambians start being in the business of developing, public places just for the sake of it, the country would prosper. Most countries, whether believe it or not, they are actually that way. You know,
Got
they
you.
are
Got
actually,
you.
yeah.
Got you. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, Mr. Ndow, he mentioned basically to summarize what he said is that we should promote more individual contributions towards national development.
Yeah,
But
rich people, the people with
yes,
money.
yes, the people with money should do more to make sure that to complement the efforts of the government. So, Legi, ñun suñ political situation bi is so polarized because low def rek ñeneen ñi xoolee ko in another way. So yow ko foog ne whose role is it to make sure you bring out the understanding as a party in GDC? Yeah, loolu now have to make sure that people become more aware in when you see events like this. How do you analyze them and not just go on the attack mode, but to also look at it from a development perspective? Yow sa gis-gis si lan la?
Well, xam nga, whenever there's discussions of two or more people, obviously, ku nekk mun ngaa ñëw with your own idea and your own subjective mind. But
Yeah.
the the whole thing here is that this is not about Barrow, again, as my colleague has just said, Afrik Damus, but it's not also about Honorable Kande, or it's not about, you know, any other political party leader. This is about Gambia, a nation, and a nation that has sovereignty, a nation that has a president, ministers, permanent secretaries, directors, and all the other officials. So in terms of this individual taking it upon himself to develop a police station, I cannot see any amount of money that this guy can have, which the state doesn't have. So, and the state
No,
is in
no,
itself.
no.
No, let me just
Hold on.
land.
Let me.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Before, no, I'll let you go. And
No, I listen to you, my friend. Let's
no,
just have a
no.
fruitful
I know,
discussion.
sir.
No, no,
Sir,
let me
I
finish.
know.
Let me finish. Please, let me finish.
No, wait.
Let him to
No,
finish.
no,
No, why you need to let
bro,
me finish? No,
bro,
let us do this. No, hold on, hold
bro.
on. Let us do
Let's
this
See,
just
see.
maintain decorum.
Hold
I
on,
just
hold
hold on
on.
your answer. No,
Give
hold
me,
it, my
bro,
friend. Just
bro.
hold it. After when it's your
Just give
time
me
to talk,
what I'm saying. We're
please.
having it.
If
Give
you
me,
had let me learn, I would have
sir,
finished my statement. Yeah,
sir.
I will
I
you
wait,
get
get
a
it.
Michael.
chance.
Michael,
No,
and
no,
you can come back.
you must allow me to
Sir,
say what I
you're,
have to say.
sir, you're
I stepped
talking,
away for a second, so I did not know what he said, but
bro.
Yeah, so
You're talking.
let me
Hold on,
finish.
hold
No,
on.
No,
Let me
no,
say
I cannot.
something here.
Sorry,
I
I
want to
cannot
say
hold
something
on.
about this show. I want to say
No,
something about the show. When you go to shows, you're talking, right? Every now and again, as a guest, the host or the co-host, they can stop you at any time and ask you a question and let you go. But you see, you wasted so much time,
no, 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 no,
telling
no,
me, no, you don't want to hear me
no, no,
ask
no,
you.
no, no.
That
It doesn't
doesn't make
matter.
sense.
Even the host himself did not say anything because he knows, according
But
to
I
the
have a
ethics.
question.
No,
I
no,
have a
hold on,
question.
my
It's
friend.
it's a short it's a
No,
short
all right,
question.
okay,
Okay,
okay, hold
yes,
on,
sir.
hold on, Apridamus. Apridamus, I'm sorry, I stepped out for a second. I'm not sure what happened or what was said. I'm sorry, that's my bad. But
I,
let's just try to maintain and let him
I'm
finish and
just,
then come to
yes,
me.
it doesn't.
Dude,
Yeah, what I'm trying to say here is that we need
What I
we
was
need to
saying,
follow. No, hold on,
Ibs,
hold on.
he wasted so much time trying to
Right?
not
No, no.
allow me. What I was asking
Listen.
him is
I have
Uh,
start off
already.
his topic,
No, 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 no.
so I
You
don't
invited
forget.
me here. I am your
okay,
guest. Yeah,
got you.
I am
But
your guest.
let's
You
allow him to
invited
land
me
and then
here, and
Apridamus, you
you
can
have to
come.
respect the ethics of being on a panel discussing for the benefit of the Gambians, because it's no longer between the three of us. It has
Dude,
gone viral. Everybody
it's
is
a
watching us all
discussion.
over the world.
You should be waiting
So
to be
let me
asked. You
learn.
should,
Let me
dude,
explain.
dude. Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Let me explain what I'm trying to say here.
Okay.
And what I'm saying, those who are listening can make their own judgment. My
It's
point
not.
is Gambia
Yeah,
is
go
a
ahead.
nation, is a country with a president, is a country with ministers, country with directors, and all the administrative responsibilities in that country. So what we're saying is for an individual, it doesn't take an individual any good to take his or her or funds to go to a special place and say, you know what, I'm going to build a police station here for these people, or I'm going to build a church here for these people. What you do is, if you are not rich, the state has got a Ministry of Finance. You can donate to them billions of dollars that you have, and they can choose and decide where it's best suitable to put it on. What we're saying here is for an individual to take it upon him or herself to go there and build these things. It doesn't become public anymore. It becomes a private owner. And what that means then is this individual will then be given the privilege or will have automatically the possession power of saying that I build this in this place, or this is my responsibility, whereby the state is responsible after being elected to lead a nation, or the minister appointed to be responsible, or even the Minister of Interior to be responsible through the directors or the police officers who are employed and paid in that particular region. So in this case, Luma wax moy rek ne we can all do that. Mun naa dem Gambia tey ma ne ok dama dem ma provide a bosses. I was just 3 days ago from the Gambia. So this kind of things, but mun na faa bari, mun na faa am why individual bu nekka, you need to be controlled. That is the essence of the state. You need to be controlled in a sense the public assets dafa am ak private institutions. Individual boobu noonu su buggee moom, I don't know who it is and I don't know even where he put it. All I'm saying is ne su fekkente ne dañ bëgg police stations police stations are under the Ministry of Interior. The Ministry of Interior is directly under the President, which is the President of the nation. So am nañ budgets, am nañ xaalis bi, am nañ more than that individual. If it need be, you have that constituency or administrative area, dafa need a police station. That guy because of this problem. State dafa war a mun a provide funds, ñu dem ñu repair ko, xam ne this station is not only for those two guys who have problem, but it should be for the entire people that live in that area, so that anytime anybody can go and use it, and it doesn't become an individual possession. Thank you.
So let me ask.
Afridamus, come on in.
Let me ask. I'm gonna say something and then I'll ask. Okay. So this guy keeps saying we go build. This guy didn't just get up and go pick Sanyang to build a police station. They already had a police station. It was burned down. You mentioned ministers and all. They are Gambians just like any private citizen. This man going there rebuilding a police station that was burned doesn't make it his property. This is not his first time he's built a public place. He's not stupid. He knows this. You know, what you are saying, yes, we do have all those positions. But a citizen of a country, you know, you contributing to your, you know, to the development of your country, I don't see anything wrong in that. If he put his money in, because at this point, what I'm hearing is just speculation. You're speculating that it's going to be his. It's not going to be his. It's a police station. He has the money. You know, people build mosques all the time. They build churches. You know, people even build schools. We see that all the time. You know, all the time you build stuff. So just because you think if I go to Sanyang and, for example, I help them build that police station, I'm going to all of a sudden think the police station belongs to me? That doesn't make any type of sense. It doesn't make any kind of sense.
It doesn't make sense to you.
No. I'm talking about logically, because everything you're saying.
No, to you. That's why I'm saying to you personally, it doesn't make sense.
But what I'm saying.
It's very sensible.
So let me ask you.
There's no country in this world or in Africa. Tell me one country in Africa where a police station was built by an individual.
I'm pretty sure if we.
Don't guess. Just tell me if you know.
I can tell. Why don't you, even in Gambia there, why don't you go find out in Gambisara who built the police station, the hospital?
Who built the police station in Gambisara?
It was in the government. That's for damn sure. It's my people that built it.
Okay.
Yeah, they built it. So what I'm saying, what I'm getting is a lot of people are just talking. They don't even understand.
An individual. No, my point is, an individual should not build a police station. A police station is a public body.
What would be the problem? What would be the problem?
The problem is if an individual have money to develop, he or she need to go through the right channel and
so that's not the right channel.
No, at all.
Okay, let me come in.
So Dodou, Mr. Dodou, did you do any research to find out how this has been built? You think he just went there with his masons and tell them, hey, lay the bricks, oh, this is true, what you are saying? How do you think this happened? Do you think he just went there on his own evolution, brought his own masons and said, now, I, Abu Bakr Jawara, I am going to build this police station and this police station is going to belong to me. Do you think that's what's happening?
I never said that, did I?
Then why are you implying that?
I'm saying to you that the fact that an individual has taken it upon himself, and I don't know this Jawara, I don't know even the place he's talking about.
I know him, I just told you.
All I'm saying to you is from Banjul to Basse, as a Gambian, and a Gambian, a responsible Gambian, for that matter, who knows the in and out of the administration of that country as well. I am standing my grounds telling you that if you had the money to go and buy a third ferry, for example, between Banjul and Bara, you will take that ferry and donate it to the Gambian Port Authority. They can choose to put it on Banjul to Bara. They can put it onto
that's different. That's transportation. If I buy a ferry, I would make money off of it.
Agreeing to what you was trying to say because it encourages rank seeking, as I said in the beginning.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Now to understand it, go and read.
Okay, guys.
but
let
it
me
does
come in.
not.
Let me
You
come in.
cannot let me fall
Okay.
into your
It
perspective.
does not.
Sorry.
This guy didn't just get up and go to Sanyang and say,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
going
Okay.
to
Okay.
build
Okay. Okay.
police station. It
Allow
was
me.
burned down. It was burned
I'm
down.
down with.
And we know Gambia doesn't have money. This is a fact. You think
So
that
the guy is
Okay.
richer than the state. The guy is richer than the state.
Okay.
uh,
Okay. All right.
that's not what I'm saying, but hey.
Okay, let me land. Let me land. Let me talk here, guys. So we know for a fact that he just did not get up to go to Sanyang to do that. He said the people of Sanyang approached him
Mhm.
to rebuild the station. I
Right.
understand, but also another point. That's the first point. The second point is we've seen during the Jammeh era where people want to do something for a certain community, especially NGOs. They will not channel it through the government. They will go and do it unsupervised because sometimes they don't trust that if they hand over that cash to the government will execute the project, or even sometimes they could execute it, but it will be subpar. Okay, so that's another reason. What if happens? Let's say if Abubakar was to rebuild this police station and make it a two-story building, whatever. If he were to give the money, channel it to the government or maybe to the ministry, whichever, okay,
It would never
would it
happen.
be a two-story? Would it
No,
be a two-story? Or
no.
they would just rebuild like a small.
It would be a shack. A shack.
Exactly. Thank you. So now another thing that I want to raise too is you said, Mr. Ndow, that he's supposed to whatever investments that he's supposed to do, he's supposed to channel into the government. But we've also seen your party, we've seen Mama Kande over the years since his inception into politics. He's been building boreholes,
Boreholes.
with bridges, those small bridges in communities. He's been actually doing things, and a lot of people applauded him for that. Can we also, to be fair, when we're doing the comparison, is it fair to say that he should also have channeled that
That's
money to the
undermining
ministry?
undermining
Yes.
the government. Undermining the
No, no,
government, trying to bribe people. You
no,
could
no.
see it as that.
Yeah, let's allow him to speak on that. What's good for one person should be good for the other person. What's your take on that, though?
Okay. You are comparing like two different things here because if you look at the political parties, not even only the GDC, but many other political parties do go out there and give the communities things that they want, that they ask for, or support them, or even individuals in the diaspora sending health equipments and many other things. So those are different from a police station. Gambia GPF, Gambia Police Force, is under a ministry, is under a state. What we say, and they administer law for that matter. So these are institutions, national institutions, that
Mhm.
if there is a problem of electricity or water or even building crumble down, it should be the state hold responsible because they identified in the first place that there should be a station and they put a station there. So if that station have a problem for some reason, as it happened now, it should be the responsibility of the state to make sure that they go back to that place and rebuild it or rehabilitate it. It's different from individual political parties going around the country, or even me as an individual sit down here and feel that my community they want mats for their mosque, and I supply it to them. I buy it for them because that is not under the jurisdiction of the state. That is not under the supervision of the state. So for people of any constituency to need water, and a political party, whether it's Honorable Kande or Honorable Senudawa or Maifati or anybody, take their money and go and support them. That is personal or institutional responsibility that want to support the people, and whether they vote for them or not, that is a different story. But they feel that these people are in need of this, and they have no responsibility, no legal responsibility to do it for them. They could have done it, they could have not done
Well,
it. In this case, in this case,
Ahmed Jeter
in
wrote
this case,
something
as
here.
a
Can
police
you
station,
answer that?
I'm saying that in this case, as a police station, and we're talking about police station here. We're not talking about a mosque or a church or a lamppost. We're talking about police station. A police station is a building under the Ministry of Interior, under the Ministry of presidency as a leader of the nation, who have budgets and finance to deal with these issues. So for anybody to do it, that person can do it under his or her own discretion. But then again, what is the ultimate reason? Is it rent seeking, or is it even that individual trying to do it for some other personal gain? That is another question to be asked. But my point here at the moment in time is that it is never a responsibility of individual Gambian to go and build a police station, and I stand by that today, and I stand by that tomorrow.
Okay, so we'll go by your own logic that you presented. You said the police station, we have Minister of Interior, blah, blah, blah. We have Minister of Water Resources, just like he said. They should be responsible for bringing this water to the people. You know, this is not Mama Kande's responsibility. In fact, for Mama Kande to be a part of that is more, shady than a private citizen who has no interest that way. He's trying to bribe voters. He's undermining the government. Why doesn't he? If he wants to do that, he should go to the Minister of Water Resources and have them do that. If anything, so you are saying Mama Kande, when he does it, that's fine. You keep moving the goalposts, but a private citizen that you yourself said you know nothing about, I keep trying to give you background about him, about all the good things. This guy has done a lot of good things. He didn't do like Mama Kande to come on the media to look for voters. So Mama Kande, what was his reason for doing that? Because this is also on the minister. So why can Mama Kande do this thing, but another person who I'm pretty sure the Minister of Interior approve of him to be able to do that? What is the difference? What is the difference? We have a ministry that is responsible for making sure the Gambian citizens get water. Why is Mama Kande in the business of bringing water, which is the government's job? Why?
Okay, can I come in now?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so first of all, Mama Kande do not hold the resources of the state. Mama Kande doesn't owe it to any citizen of the Gambia, any constituency, any region, or any ward to provide any support. So he does it on his own discretion. The state holds, the state is in charge of these resources, citizens' taxes. So police station, which is a public body, public office, public institution.
So it's now. So it's
let me land, please, because
they're all public. Come on, bro. No. Let's be real. They're all public.
Right. Can you let me, my friend?
Yeah, but you are omitting.
No, listen. You will not listen. No matter how hard you make it, you will not let me succumb to your own ideology. I am an independent person, a knowledgeable person.
Dude, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to get to the.
You hold yourself to yourself and display it to the people. I had a comment here saying borehole and others that also is not individual. But what you need to understand is that we are talking about police station here. I know Gambians, even
makes
myself.
No difference. Makes no difference. No,
my friend, listen. Let me just explain. You asked me a question. I will not. If you want to close this chapter and go to another one, it's up to you. But what I'm saying is, what you're saying here, in terms of an individual, or like myself today, for example, buying a ferry and putting it between Bara and Banjul, as an individual, that a state can do, a state should do. If I want to do that, I can then go through the Gambia Ports Authority and donate them a ferry. They will choose where to put it. The fact that I put it between Banjul to Bara, and I know I travel there every day, when I go there, I will not be part of the queue. I will be transported quickly. And these are all inequalities encouraging.
So let me ask you. So do you think that if you donate a ferry to the whole nation, you donate a ferry to the whole nation, do you think it's a bad thing when you come, you have priority to get in? Are you kidding me? Are you really joking right now?
Are you saying that act is a good act for you to donate a ferry, and when you go to Banjul to cross over, they said, okay, everybody stand aside, Mr. Ndow is here.
Let me just say that. But what I'm saying, just answer my question about why is Mama Kande is going around doing what the government supposed to be doing. Like you said, Mama Kande is not holding any of the public funds. This guy is his own money. Let's make that clear. He's not collecting money from anybody. It's his own money. He came with it from outside of the Gambia. It's his own money. Just like you are trying to emphasize that it's Mama Kande's money. If Mama Kande can take his money and choose to undermine the government's effort to make them look weak, to go choose and build boreholes.
They are already weak anyway. They are already weak anyway because they are not providing the water.
So
they are not providing, and people need water.
So all right, okay, Mr. Dodou Ndow. Now I'm glad you and I are on the same page.
No, we are on the same page.
Because if Mama Kande, no,
comparing apples and oranges. What about the students at the University of the Gambia that the GDC pay for?
We're not going to go there. Let's deal with this topic. I'm saying.
No, you just killing it on the board. I can give you lots of examples that the GDC are doing to the communities, but these are not responsibility. We are talking about government responsibility. A serious government will not allow. A serious government will not allow any individual to go and build a ministry and donate it to the government or build a police station for the government. Come on, my friend.
Mr. Ndow, you yourself, right?
Yes.
You yourself said it, and I'm happy with what you said. You said they are weak. So I agree, they are weak. They don't have enough money. So Mama Kande, hold on. Mama Kande,
that doesn't justify the act. That doesn't justify the act.
Hold on. Me personally, I think Mama Kande going around helping people with boreholes is a good thing. I've never come and said, oh, Mama Kande is a bad person, blah, blah, blah. That's a good thing. What Abubakar Jawara is doing is also a good thing. We can
no. Abubakar Jawara is building a police station for the state, which is state is responsible for.
So what?
Jawara take his money and go to individual poor communities. There's lots of communities there that may need support in other ways, rather than build a police station. A police station is a responsibility for the state. This I can stand.
So Mama Kande, don't you think? What is worse? Mama Kande going building boreholes just to get people's vote. He's buying their votes. That's even worse. What are you talking about?
That is your. That is new. It doesn't mean. No. That is new. That is your perception. No.
Guys.
So it's all about my perception.
All those that he gave a borehole to, they're gonna vote for him.
That's his goal. Why do you think he's doing it? You never answered my question. Why did he do it?
No, I'm asking you a question now. I'm saying to you that for Honorable Kande to say, the GDC is to say that, okay, this constituency or this area need water, they have no water, let us go and support them or support their farm.
He should talk to the ministry, Minister of Water Resources. He is a private citizen. He has no business doing what the government's supposed to do. Whether it's water, whether it's police, whether it's planting a tree. If the government is responsible, or if it's Mbali, since the government is responsible, no Gambian should be doing anything.
My friend, the objective here is about the public institution as a police station.
So it's now an
individual. And so when you have the money, I pray for you to be so rich that you go and build your own state house in the Gambia and give it to the government. So we will call it Africa Damus or Africa Damus State House.
What I'm saying, you just now. You are
not saying what I'm saying. You don't want to see it. You don't want to hear it.
Let me tell you, Abubakar Jawara, this same Abubakar Jawara, right? Back when Yaya Jammeh was there, he came with a car in Gambia, very nice, expensive car that he donated it to Yaya. He didn't want anything from him at all. He just because he wanted to give it to the leader of the country. That's not the intention. He was selling it, and then he was interested, wanted to buy it. He said, no. You can, he gave it to the leader. Some people have hearts like that. Some people, love and respect their country that way. So this is why, when people like this show up, people should admire them. This is why Mama Kande's borehole thing, it was fake. That's why, it caught fire quick. That thing disappeared so fast because it wasn't genuine. But I don't even want to get into that, But to say, for you to sit here and say, Mama Kande can do something another Gambian cannot, That's ridiculous.
I never said that.
You just said it. You said he can build boreholes. This guy cannot build police station. That doesn't make sense.
I am saying to you that whoever it is, not only Abubakar Jawara, whoever it is in the whole world or in the whole Gambia, that will go and build a police station for the state, which is the responsibility of the state, based on what social responsibility or whatever they call it, that is totally out of order. It's not right. It's rent seeking. The state is richer than that, Jawara. The state is
Mama Kande. Why didn't Mama Kande? Why did Mama Kande go to the state for water?
Listen, you are concentrating, personalizing this on Mama Kande, Mama Kande, Mama Kande.
Because that's who you support.
No. So this
is who. No. It's not. It's not about that. Let me.
This discussion is not even about partisan. It's about a state. No, hold on. The police station.
Guys.
Police station belongs to Doi. The police station belongs to GMC. The police station belongs to all Gambians. It's not only for NPP.
So it's Nawek.
You need to come down from your high horse and understand.
It's Nawek. Nawek belongs to all Gambians, but
absolutely.
Mama Kande think he's better than Nawek.
Nawek is so poor an institution that even myself, my water and electricity application is sitting there for the past 1 year. So that tells you that if I can build a borehole or you donate me a borehole, I will take it because I need to drink.
Now we're on the same page again. So you want the Sanyang people to go without police station?
The Sanyang, they have a parliamentarian. They have somebody who is representing them in the national body. The Sanyang is part of the Gambia. The Gambia is under a president, a state, a ministry. Come on, my friend. What are you talking about?
So what I'm saying, so the places that Mama Kande went to take water to, are those Gambia? Are those in Gambia?
They are Gambia.
Hold on. Are they under? Are they
okay, hold on.
Let me go. My friend.
But let me talk. I've allowed you. Let me talk. I've allowed you.
46 minutes on this topic, guys.
Let me talk. Just a few minutes. Let me talk.
I promised you 1 hour.
Mr. Dodou Ndow. I see exactly.
We go to next topic because we are not going to head anywhere.
I see.
Even though he knows very well that it's not this guy's responsibility.
No, we can all agree to disagree. But I understand. I get your point, Mr. Ndow. I get your point. I get your point. But
he wants to say, it's good for what's good for the goose. It's not good for the gander.
No.
Instead of what's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. No. He flipped it. What is good for the goose, it's not good for the gander. So Mama Kande can ignore the minister.
Let the listeners decide.
Hold on, Minister of Water. Let me finish.
Because I am not coming to your end and you're not coming to my end, but the reality stands. Yeah, truth prevails. What is real is that the state is responsible. That's my bottom line. And we can move to another topic, please.
Well, that's fine. I'm just gonna say this one thing. We move on. Fine. Okay. I totally agree with you that the state police is the Minister of Interior. So is the we have water, electricity, we have a ministry for that. In fact, we have Nawek and all that. So anyone, if we go by your logic, if Abubakar Jawara is wrong and he's seeking, anything out of this, then Mama Kande was doing the same thing.
Okay, we can agree to disagree, guys. So, Mr. Ndow, you move on to the next topic, okay?
No problem.
Next topic bi luñ gis Gambia tay ni moy dunda bi mu ngi xala jafe trop si walum lekk te Ramadan baa ngi jot te xam nga ne time Ramadan nit yi dañoo dem jëndal lekk yu bari because xam nga consumption bi daf dee gën a bari during Ramadan understand so food prices yaa ngi dem on ba pare ñu nekk di bill kër or stuff like that ñu ngi gis ne cement prices yi tamit ñu ngi dem up cement shortage mu ngi am Gambia from 250 for a bag of cement, we go to 300 and something right now. So, in terms of price control, and what do you think a GDC government will do when it comes to stabilizing market prices to make sure that hunger prices, because Gambia look prices to the make do they watch it? So, Jensen gis, and what would a GDC government, because election bang just in December. So if GDC were to be in power starting December, si walum dunda bi lolé té doxal yeen make sure the Gambians dañ ci gis seen bopp da.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Senghor, for that question. Yes, back to li nga doon wax rek si affaire yi increase in price bi. Man, I just left Gambia 3 days ago, like I said to you, and man, Miss Bobo, I experienced that. I was there from the beginning of February, where towards the end of March, and for cement in 4 different prices from 265, 285, 300. But right now, as I speak to you, it's between 375 and 400. So, and I have experienced it myself with many other things, Sakumalo, and many things you have ne. Kepa ko hamne yang a responsible household leader in the Gambia rek yang go through this or nga neka fadi def a project. But I'm sorry rek to ñu war ko understand tam mooy ne yes, it is a free market economy. It is a economy bo hamne state have a very little control. But that little control dafa wala robust bo hamne at least di nga gis ne products yi nga xam ne moom la consumers di use consumer commission bank fa the other institutions yi nga xam ne like the customs, the police, they are all there. So government be or the state am nañ resources yooyu, and that doesn't matter who is in power. That should be the norm for the average or the normal developing countries, because you can see ne su fekkee dañ bàyyi ku nekk rek lu la neex nga jaayee, then we are going to fall into this, and loolu moo nekk di xew right now. There is no control of anything, and from the economist point of view, li nga xamante ne mun nañ koo def pour control yi mooy through the customs, obviously through taxation ak li nga xam ne loolu la nit ñi di jëndee ak di jaayee, su ko defee ñoom individuals yi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo responsible ñu mun a work with their institutions suñu am foofu noonu, bearing in mind that all the structures are there. So just to ensure rek ne man tey su ma demee jënd suma 20 tons of cement ñu ma ko indi Gambia dala ma ko jaayee $400 when the cap is between 200 and 250. But unfortunately, low control is not in place. GDC government, what we saying or what we seen based on all these issues, you have ñun ñu ngi nekk Gambia foofu noonu ñu ngi gis ñu ngi feel ñu ngi daj. Simple. Reform institutions is one of the things you have institutions Japanese reform. It's not only about security. If it is reform, it should be all the reforms. Institution board them Gambia tay. There's a problem. There's a problem with all the institutions. Particularly when it comes to the economic development of the country. Ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi liggéey, ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi fay seen taxes yi, ñi nga xam ne sax the tax base itself, GRA, nga dem ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi am seen boutique yi seen business yi, nga gis ñoo xam ne sax ñu ngi toog foofu noonu ñu ngi business, ñu ngi charge lu leen neex, te even ñoom sax nekkuñ sax di fay di nga xam ne loolu mooy seen juice. Loolu yëpp is there. Who is there to control all these things? State bi su amee xaalis, amee collect control on all these things. Dina mun a wax ne okay, you know what? So bàyyee xel time yi Jammeh, which is not a very good practice because one of course personalize on sax in that sense. But I can tell you ne su fekkee ne ay am 20 nit ñoo xam ne ñooy order maalo 20 nit yooyu noonu ñu ngi nekk strong businessmen, ñu ngi develop the small medium enterprises si ba nga xam ne ñooñu suñu indee ñooñu dañoo control market bi. Man Mr. Ndow du ma mën a toog rek damaa indi suma ay saaku maalo jaay ko lu ma neex, because Afrique Demos or Mr. Senghor moom tamit mu ngi jaayee 250, so man du ma ñëwee dina maa jaayee 300. So loolu noonu straight away dinaa outstanding ba nga xam ne dinañ ma mun a auto question, dinañ ma mun a control. Waaye loolu su fekkee ne amut right now benn jaaykati cement laa fa gis tey, for example Jah Oil su indee cement li ma fa nekka on over 2 weeks suñu cement ngi Jah Oil bi manqué na rek cement goes up, su Jah Oil cement am bi wàccee rek cement goes down. Loolu moo nekk Gambia. So it means that effectively Jah Oil moom moo nekk di control cement bi, and that is a Jah Oil I give credit to him because mënoon naa wax ne mu tax dafa jaayee 300 or 270. But when he bring the cement, man, I bought from him, and he's got outlets all across the Gambia, and he's even developing more. But among 10 people you may know by encouraging Gambians under the economic development plan, you embark on those businesses, muy lekka bi, muy building materials, you name it, I think that we will have a better economy. We will have better employment for the youths. We will have better household development for the jiggy for women. Mr. Senghor.
Thank you so much. Afidamus,
Yeah,
considering that, even though it's a free market economy, Mr. Ndawahni, I also think that that's why we have these ministries, to create checks and balances, right? So there should always, for every kind of product that's out there, the Ministry of Trade should have some level of caps in prices, right? Like ceilings in the prices. Gonna have there. People, no matter how it is, even if you hoard these products or whatever and bring them out later, you cannot sell them past a certain price. So, do you think, Afidamus, in your own view, I'm not in Gambia, or what's lacking in that aspect?
yeah. Come, Mr. Ndow, pretty much that's called, he explained it more, the lack of control. Because Lumwa Degala, like government be, amun control prices because these things are coming from outside the country. But Lumwa Tamit, more they have, if they have like, let's say 10 strong people that are going to be supplying this, the government can lower the taxes for these people, right? If they do that, then the government can put a cap on pricing because the government is giving them incentive,
Right.
like, so therefore, like, let's say domuna them si marsadi come tay,
Hmm.
cement $100, right?
Wow.
Balang gone or next day got them for $200. you
Digga.
know
Wow.
yeah, because there's the way ninko de gise moy technically man how much I think ne, then they come up with their price how man that they even put it according to the tax because government should enjoy tax breaks, then government dina muna, you know what guy what a jai. But
Digga.
come ndaw num ko explain, lead up, is the jafe, because you gotta look at GRA, customs, who's going to collect all this, who's going to manage it, you know
Okay.
lolu, it's going to be hard to counter the pricing unless Gambia, like I said, I'm not doing the cement Gambia, Malo or anything like that. But government should give them tax breaks and be able to tell them how much it would be sold because then they have no excuse.
Exactly. I think they just bag it in Gambia. That's what they do. I'm pretty sure. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. But
If they want,
Mr. Ndao, one is cement bi wante man dal si yefi dunda bi moma hala lifin dal because I gis ne weri koor gi jot na ñu ngi ci COVID, hanga xaalis bi mu ngi xala dang because most of the people ñu ngi rely because soo ko seetloo you are the diaspora PRO. And the diaspora li nga wax ni yëpp ñoo was yëfi dunda bi ak semaine bi yëpp ñun ñu nekk ci diaspora bi we are the most impact. Yeah, I understand. So yow loo si foog ñun suñ poos yi ñun ñu ngi war a yónni xaalis pour weeri koor gi suy jeesi ñu ngi war a yónni pour julli bi ak yow noonu yëpp yow sa gis-gis si loolu noonu from your own personal point of view loo ci am pour add.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Senghor. Yes, I mean, then use Menberek as an example because I was Bobla Mangla sent some receipts to
Yeah,
Holko.
I'm
And
looking at yes.
yes, so when my one Gambia, like I said to you, I'm now for 6 weeks. I just returned back 3-4 days ago. So
Mhm.
Mangi currently under my quarantine.
Okay.
Why like and this is a problem since independence. We must
Mhm.
admit it's not a problem of ne Tamawatene is the current administration. So it's been inherited. Why we expected to see better? Because why we saying that we expected to see better, and we can only see better by having the right people in the right place. Economically, tay very record mu ngee ñëw every year dañ dee am weeri record sin man bu ma judoogul 50 years ago ba léegi xam naa ne
Mhm.
and even well before that because if I can remember right now ñu ngi si 1414 44 weeri record so
Mhm.
kon weeri record is not news to the Gambian people so every weeri record price dañ dee ache and where it should be coming down right now as I speak to you next week before ma jógee fa sax maa lay door dañ di yokku before ma jógee fa sukkur yi doon nañ di yokku kenn waxatut essence bi loolaa rek is a problem and loolu foog man I believe ne and we my party ñun believe nañ ne there is a lot we can do to make Gambian lives better and loolu is not rocket science. We are just 2 million people, independence from 1965 or 71, if you like. When you have a nation like that, ñun liggéeyuñ dara Gambia liggéey even njampe sax liggéeyuñ ko fa. Everything comes from abroad, from Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Europe also. So ñun suñ xale yi liggéeyuñ suñ parents yi ñoo leen a dundal ñooy seen allowances. I saw a report 300 million remittances in the Gambia last 2018, 2019. So how much 2019, 2020? So lini yep ñun ñu ko yek xeyna ñun so nekké in the US or nga nekké in the Gambia in the United Kingdom fee nga ne okay just must send 20 pounds lolu is a full bag of rice in the Gambia at least been a 50 kilo they will use it for a whole month 20 pounds xeyna man small malo ma use in the UK to ma gene 20 pounds is reasonable. So we are not they feel in a sense that we have to take care of our families, we have to take care of their families out there as well. But now it is now incumbent for the state again to name it. Okay, you know what? You produce some rice in this country. You large farmlands. I was going to Farafenya, not Farafenya, my first time over 50 years in the Gambia age. My first time from travel from Bara to Farafenye. Magis from Kung, from where you call Bara, or going to the Farafenye farmlands on the left and right. You go to the other side after Birkama, going towards Farafenye. You see the farmlands. You see the swamps. More than Gambia, we have the facility, we have the possibility. Pulmuna some at least 200 tons a year produce, which will reduce the amount of import. We can rear cattle more, reduce the amount of meal. Every morning, sukur the same thing, and many other commodities. But who is to control this? Who is to facilitate this? It's the state, of course. Because state like that power, at that resources, seek that money, even Suka Amursa, you know what? I am going to seek a $20 million loan for just a rice project. In the next 10 years, like Gambia dina sufficient self-sufficient a self-reliant. At least we will reduce the amount of rice we import. Why right now you can see because of we import and the importers, they are free to sell any amount they like. So if you make any, already, next week because where the is around the corner. When you call yourself a Muslim country, take about 90% Muslim, but it's the best time to give sadaqah according to the Quran. It's the best time to dimbale according to the Quran. Why that is the time they make more money. So where are the controls? And this has been there since independence. So man expect Pulmu get better, but expect Pulmu get worse. And this is the situation that we are in right now.
Mr. Ndow, the farm law hamne, the farm solo. So gisee comme Gambia comme ni nga ko waxe weeri koor su ñëwee gaay dañ dee yokk price julli su ñëwee dañ dee yokk price so yow foog nga ne xam naa ne suñ government bi they should do some stuff right waaye yow comme ni nga ko gisee because nit yi Gambia ni ñoo nekk foofu di jaayante right te weeri koor la fooguloo ne nit yi dañ war a am yërmande because amuñ benn reason pour yokk price bi so da ngaa gis ne at that point fooguloo ne responsibility boobu si suñ nit yi si kaw nit yi la nekk at some point pour ñu for us to understand each other loo foog si loolu
waaw xam nga yërmande moom xam nga nit individual bi moom mooy decide xam nga some people can be yërmande, some people amuñ yërmande loolu xam nga loolu moom state bi du am control into lu nekk suma heart ak li nekk sa heart what the state can do is mu indi controls ne Afridamus when you order your rice ñun la waroon a tax for example $20 per bag so suñu la taxé $20 per bag ñu ngi laa jox a good taxation on that rice. So do not charge 200 because of course in the charge $100 per bag, you're going to charge more to the Gambian people. But we charge you less. we charge you less, but we control it. We make sure ne ñun tamit Mr. Ndow tamit maalon bi su ñëwee moom tam ñu charge ko the same amount of $20. So léegi yow soo jaayee 1,005, Mr. Ndow them jaayee 2,000, then the state should be in a position to hold Mr. Ndow accountable, because they've done everything that they should do to facilitate Mr. Ndow pour mu import with good tax rebates and good tax support, a good establishment pour mu mën sell rice to the Gambian people. On top of that, the state also think about what can we do for Mr. Ndow to buy his rice from the Gambia, not buying it from Senegal or from Japan. He should be able to buy his rice from the Gambian land, and whereby there are some constituencies or some areas of the Gambia where people can go to the farms and produce more rice with mechanization and good water supply. So nga xam ne loolu dina flourish in the nation. Then obviously malo du nekkaati suñu problème, because ñun staple food malo la ak mburu. Te malo ak mburu boobu noonu cere sax ak ruy sax doo ko dee gis ko laal benn waaye malo ak mburu mooy suñu everyday séeréer yi ak joolaa yeeg.
bàyyi loolu de Mr. Ndow yaa tooñ de
no, I Mr. Senghor, seriously, man I like ruy bi. Man nekkee Gambia sax every other day I have to drink ruy, and it's rich. It's better than the bread and the sugar. But
exactly.
Man ko enjoy suma mono bi, man enjoy with the soul. Xam nga from pure soul from the cow. Yeah, exactly. But for like no more fermented nicely. So those are the things, and they are healthy. But how can we make them being standardized? You can just go to the shop and buy soul. You don't have to go to the street or even si bus bi nga gis ko taxaw tie bena top di jaay soul wi nak, or nga gis ko jaay ruy si boppi koñ bi. All these things are things yoo xam ne controls rek moo ñoo mën a help with good administration, good responsibility. We have the quality commission. These are all people ñoo xam ne we all have to work integratively to be able to deliver for the people. Nit ñi sonn nañ trop.
Dëgg kontaan naa si wante Mr. Ndow mos nga lekk mburu living cere mbuum.
waaw cere mbuum waaw loolu pël yaa xam ma fa mbuum
non mbuum laa wax mbuum.
waaw mbuum mooy ñu defaree ndebe daay.
waaw boo séeréer yaa ko moom fu ko pël yi jëlee man loolu
neex na boobu tam neex na trop wax dëgg waaye yooyu they are very rich food. But unfortunately, our people are there. Indians have over supermarkets. The jai goods, the jai malo yek, the jai duneka. So ñun suñ production bi ñun is very limited. That's why people are jobless. People are staying indoors. They are not productive. Hamga dara doyut. So even you need to diaspora, so only 100 pounds a month. We have to make it 150 because things are even getting harder. So man, personally, and from my perspective and the perspective of my political party, that is why we believe Gambia needs a change. And this change, obviously, only with the party. It has to happen with the Gambian collectively.
Afidamus, I think you had something to add on that.
Mr. Ndow.
Yeah.
Mr. Ndow. So because lately another commodity bo hamne price be the for egg. I mean according to Luma Deka. But we are joge Gambia buyago. Moy affaire Jen bi. So naka nga gisee lolu?
That is very true. I mean Jen mom, you are lucky sir if you see it.
Are you serious?
Yes, you are lucky. Before, man, I remember when I lived in the Gambia permanently before. Dama daan gis ngoon ni sax nga gis nit ñi jël bicycle taka ay 10 jen du ko ci jaay. You don't see those things nowadays. You have to walk ay benn 100 meters 200 meters nga gis benn jigéen bu taxaw foofu noonu na jëkkëram o family member am na ku dee dem si bolon kono bi mu ñëw indi jën pour jaay te jën yooyu noonu ngay dégg ay ñetti kobo ay ñetti tapandaar moom ak ay kong yi nga gis ne jën yu seeri sax you have to really go and order it waaye jën yu cheap yi sax la wax ni de pour nga gis ko nga génne ay $200 ay $150 pour nga am benn sum of three kobo benn kobo $50 in those days when I was there going to school.
Are you serious?
Yes, seriously, yeah. Seriously.
Man, kobo. Fogna Mutu dalasi sa.
Hi. $5 is
For
money.
now, back in the days.
So no,
Huh?
before Kobo sa so ñaké ña kedi nga xamné they are less privileged ñoo daan lekk Kobo sax every day waaye léegi sax Kobo sax dañ ko contrôler Kobo because so about $200 in market you don't get anything.
Kobo
$200.
doom bu góor la léegi.
Yeah, exactly because yaa ngi am ñaari Kobo soo lotee ba lokki $100 so nga am ñaari Kobo beneen $100 bi nga war see jëndal légume nga war see jëndal liñoŋ kaani ak yoo ko toogee te loolu mooy su fekkee ne yaa ngi amee saaku maalo ak diwlin sa kër ak këriñ. So these are the things. So look over and man dama believe obviously they got nañ fi taayale liñ dee wax there are so many fishes you dem si suñ rivers yi the fish xam nga suñ trawlers yi so ñooñu tamit it's not rocket science this is just common knowledge ne when people take more out of you you remain with nothing. So jën yi ñu leen export to other countries ñuy dem di dundal ay mbaam ak ay fas léegi ñun suñ people
They turn the fish into powder form. That's what there's golden leaf.
Exactly. So man dama wax ne
That's the feed.
su fekkee ne sax ne Gambia government tey or even Senegambia because this is also Senegal lañ amee big part to play in this ñoom ñaar ñëpp la river Gambia bi dafa flow between the two countries but soo xoolee ne loolu noonu su fekkoon ne waxoon ne sax ne no to any fisherman sax ñëwati Gambia because 150 bu ñu leen di jox xaw ma 300 euro bi per tonne loolu is better to flow in the Gambia because that's not a lot of money and people will have access to good fish because the river is producing but they are catching it and shipping it out.
Okay. All right, thank
But
you.
you know what? You know what's crazy?
Go ahead.
You know what's crazy?
The
Gambia, the Gambia has so much like snapper, the fish snapper.
Red snapper.
Why doesn't the government just snapper? You know, it's
that's
it's
expensive
a popular
fish.
fish.
Yes,
And,
expensive too.
That's what I'm saying. Why doesn't the government, get their own trawler and be the ones exporting this fish?
Right. Yes, exactly. That is a good way of thinking it as well. Because ñoom suñ jëlee ay trawlers, they can afford it. They can go and buy 2 or 3 trawlers, employ Gambian youths from Banjul to Basse, all the area yi nga xam ne mun nañ faa dem fishing. When they fish, they do their own processing and export, and the remaining they sell into our country. It's simple. But
I think companies like we should nationalize stuff like that, fishing and agriculture.
Exactly. Tourism, those things suñ economy are based on. So we should have a national control on these things. Suñ economy is based on tourism, fisheries, agriculture. So these things are things that state be to do everything possible pour make it easy, pour facilitate the people, even if it means that we Gambian citizens, you invest into those businesses, you manage your cost you control you with regulations, then we do that. But things then didn't mean that once more we export to UK. I can export to UK, but then again I will sell to the Gambia rather than get them a Chinese or get them a Japanese, inefficient trawlers to employ sa youths, benanyari where you chipalko, mujola ay 200, 300 euros on how many tons of fish and ship it to their country for their pigs to eat. It's very unfair.
No, very, very unfair. Okay.
Man, you should see there's a documentary out there. Every Gambian should go look for it about how they are still how much money they are stealing out of the Gambian waters. Gambians should watch this and see. Yeah.
Okay. So thanks for that, Mr. Afidamo.
So
can you hear me now, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Ndow, I'm not promising another 1 hour. So before I let you go, I just wanted us to touch another area, like if that's okay. So okay, so how many draft constitution bi la bu wona wax. So fail on ñun ñep xam nañ tax mu fail. So President B, this was part of his mission. See, in making sure that you have a new constitution, a transition plan B. Then it failed, mostly the MPs that are associated with the NPP, those were the people that let it die. They did never allowed it to get a second reading at the parliament to where maybe some adjustments could have been made within there, and then allow the people, the Gambian people, through a referendum to be able to decide if they want the constitution or not, and not for parliament to kill it. So legi lolo happened and no one talked about the constitution anymore. Then because all of a sudden through the Ministry of Justice, the government started negotiating for Goodluck Jonathan to come and negotiate between parties. So, which man, in my own personal view, Fognan, is not even the role of the party leaders to decide the fate of our constitution. It should be the people to go back and decide that. Okay. So now, Gisman, an election bill was introduced since the parliament living like this whole constitutional talks failed. So, where do you see us going in terms of some of the things that we're talking about, the 50 plus one, also, two presidential terms, or do you think, Sunday, before December the journey, there will be another opportunity, for that same draft constitution to be brought back to the National Assembly? I know it's a lot of questions in one, but I just wanted to touch all of it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a very important and contemporary issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right now in the Gambia, as it is now, for the last time they went to Nigeria, the party leaders went to Nigeria for their talks, and good luck came back while I was there for about three weeks ago to do a final discussion with them. So yes, it is important and very necessary that we have a new constitution, which is draft 2020. And out of the 7 points, Singa Hamne Mofaneka, Fonale, as far as I know, agreement, all the 6 just remain in 1. So all the 6 points are agreed except 1 out of the 7. So that one is the one that is concerning the inclusion of the President Barrow's first term, that this term, and also nga xam ne su fekkoon ne tey dafa amoon another winning benn term rek extra dafa nekka. So loolu mooy disagreement bi right now. Okay, so it is very polarized in a sense ne ñoom the president is saying ne su fekkente ne moom boolewuñ ci first term am bi nii, let's say startuñ ko fresh, then moom guy mi nga xam ne they are affiliated to him, the MPs, ñooñu duñ support the new draft. So ñële tamit am na yeneen political parties, like for example the UDP, gis nañ Ousainou Darboe si meeting bi si discussion bi moom wax na plain blank ne moom du succumb to that. So we either agree ne fresh this term post Jammeh, come the campaign goes, post Jammeh, no president should stay more than 2 terms. So obviously new draft is new dañ ci war a include first term bi. So mu nekk a very let's say gray area boo xam ne both sides have rights, obviously, and this is not again, it's about national issue. Is the importance of this constitution, the benefits of this new constitution, how it can help settle the new Gambia. So my belief on in my perspective and our party's perspective as well, ne, okay, so say Honorable Kande in that discussion with the Citizen Alliance leader, Dr. Cisse and some others agree, ne, okay, now if that is the case, let us give it to him. Then the fact that we will have a new constitution, because the fact that we will have a new constitution will help Gambia in many ways, because a lot of things will change, because a lot of things that will change. My issues if you discuss it as issues, the new constitution did not go in this. So the new constitution is far bigger and better than just President Barrow's 1 term or extra term. And if the Gambian people think he deserves a 15 years, which I doubt, because Pullman said he didn't deserve a 5 years. So obviously, considering what has transpired in the last 4 years, so obviously, Lolu, Gambian people could decide, then you move on. Why if it is stagnant, I mean, the UDP party, obviously, this right-hand side are saying, no, nyom allow 6, and in all fairness, namuna allow muntamit at that point to negotiate, because politics is all about compromise and consensus. Temom Parauta agree on that, and that is the only obviously point bohamne affect nako in a sense ne all the other 6. If Honorable Kande become the president of the Gambia, then I benefit from the other 6. If Honorable Darboe become the president, then I benefit from the other 6. So the only thing that President Barrow have as a personal gain, mune this extra term B. So okay, now we need to go election 2021, December 4. With all this going on, it's just a delay for the national development. So if we are sure and we know very well the Gambian people bi duñ ko vote into office. So léegi why don't you just give it to him? Muy mel ni nga jox nit ki a piece of cake rek ba pare in between nga defa a glass du ko mun a lekka du ko mun a jëriñoo. Because at the end of the day, what that means mooy ne dinañ am a new constitution to go December 4th with election, or before that we have a referendum and go election with a new Gambia, a real new Gambia and a new constitution. So they my argument be so far on the ground right now, things are dormant at the moment. xam naa ne ñu ngi xaar after Ramadan ekatiwaat politics bi door, but the reality is ne rek ne right now we need to move beyond partisan. We need to move beyond. Of course, we need political parties, but we have to look at the national interest. And national interest is that Gambia cannot change without a new constitution. And also, there is another plan B, which is the private bill to change these 2 points that you are saying in the 1997 constitution. Some people, some experts said that we have till August, September of this year. Even though the constitution says within 6 months before election, you cannot change a law. But they say this is an exception. So it is possible we will have a referendum going towards August, September, and then before the December election. So these are the huh?
Who came up can more naked the joy idea bobu?
No. I mean, you have the lawyers, the legal lawyers, and the people there. On the ground. Because I was in consultation with many of them and talking about these issues, because I'm concerned. June is just around the corner, and it's our last chance for a new constitution. And this agreement between the Barrow camp and the other camp, I believe, should be something. We, according to the climate in the Gambia, we can be assured the people will not vote the NPP into office, because the NPP is just the NPP. So they will be out. So why do you have to worry about giving him a 2-term or a 3-term?
No. No. I mean, every that could be a deadly journey, because every political party a desire to win. To call that win.
Absolutely.
But the win. So even with that, I think that would be suicidal for the political parties to pursue that. But man, nyari nit ñoo dee negotiate. So when you're negotiating, you're willing to accept and then and give up some things. So when the NPP camp wants everybody to accept all those 7 points, and they're not willing to give up anything. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, absolutely. But you shouldn't be surprised, because one is power. They are in power. I mean, even though what they're arguing, logically, morally, ethically, it shouldn't be, because kunjohon 3 years, ganyo 5, they can 5, at 10. So obviously, then you are a kind of your own. But who can stop that from happening?
Honestly, it's Lee, decision buñ wara def, right? Shouldn't be revolve around one individual, because man, I'm a bit confused now. Barrow, Mom, Campam, they are coming pretty much. If that's what they are doing, it's like their political party versus the Gambian people, because this is a futuristic thing. This about everybody, So, I mean, just my take from what I understand from what Dodou just said here, and that's how it's going. I don't think that's right, because it should be about all of everybody, not just around one man.
Correct.
It shouldn't be that.
Correct. But the way you see it, more come right now as it is now. Nyom suñ no duñ nangu. Ñeneen ne ñom duñ nangu. Then Gambia become the loser as a whole. So ñun man ak suma camp lu ñoo wax moy, for Gambia to benefit, Gambia must benefit from a new constitution, because there are so many privileges and rights and development plans to faneka yo xamne dina move Gambia, whoever becomes the president of the Gambia. I mean, that constitution, the flat task, in addition to your manifesto, pour nga wara deliver for the Gambia. Economic, social, legal, environmental, and you name it. So more politically even as well, most importantly. But Lota Niwane, then right now, the way it is now, Baromugiti Fumtia with his NPP camp, and also obviously the UDP, Nigite Funtie, and also I will not say that the UDP, I'm on right pull Funtie because you're going to legitimate that, pull claim what they're claiming. But the NPP,
What
you're
is
in power.
UDP claiming?
No, UDP is claiming if Barrow did not agree any of the points, you agree on 6, Barrow doesn't want to give up 1 point. So Lolu,
Oh,
it's not
so
negotiation.
UDP is more reasonable. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, in this case, yes, if Barrow can agree, then you a new constitution,
Yeah.
new start fresh, then they are fine by it.
Yeah, what the UDP is basically saying is that they campaigned on this and that we need a new constitution. And then let the people decide. The people should be given an opportunity to decide. Just because you disagree on this one part does not mean the rest of the country should disagree as well. So we spent a lot of money on this constitution, and it's not the role of the National Assembly or political parties to decide the fate of the constitution. UDP is saying that send it to the people through a referendum, let the people decide if they want it or not. But NPP wants all this in-house cleaning to be done before they send it to the people.
No, I support the UDP idea. This has to be sent to the people because it is about the people.
Yeah.
It's about the people. It's not because, okay, let's say they say, okay, fine, Barrow, we give you, you can run for, 3 more times, whatever, right? After that time, he shouldn't be able to run, for example, right? But the constitution would remain the same. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, it shouldn't be tailored around him. Because if now Barrow is pushing that, right, it could end up being like a Guinea-Conakry situation where you agree to say 2 times whatever, right? So your 2 term is over. You're like, nah, you know what? I want to increase it. I got work to do. We see that all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why it should be about the people.
Okay, sounds good. So a great discussion, guys, and I'm really excited. So, Mr. Ndow, we would allow you to just go ahead and give us some last words. We are really excited to have you on board. I know it was a little bumpy along the road, but that's what we do here. We
absolutely
ideas, and talk about issues. So,
absolutely.
But we appreciate you coming on the show.
Absolutely. I thank you very much. I mean, thanks for the invitation and pleased to be here with you and Afrik Damus. Obviously, it's my pleasure to be part of the panel and as a concerned citizen, obviously, a political party representative, I would be more than happy anytime, with giving notice, obviously, to join you on any panel within the diaspora and even in the Gambia, because obviously what important to us is that we want to see a better Gambia. We want to see Gambia moving forward, that a Gambia that we can all be proud of and we can all feel as individuals, regardless of our ethnicities, our tribes, our religion. So yes, I'm very happy to be here. And to be honest, we have some push and pulls, but I did not take any of this on heart because it's all individual feelings, individual emotions and desires. So at the end of the day, we all entitled to our what we believe. So I will just be saying thank you very much for inviting me once again to this panel and looking forward to seeing you soon.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Mr. Afridamos, what you gonna close with today?
Oh man, was a great conversation, and Dodou, thanks for coming, man. I really enjoyed our back and forth. And sometimes we don't have to agree on things, but we all have the same good intention for the country. So thanks for coming, and viewers that are watching, thank you for watching. It's been another great conversation on a Saturday. If you missed the earlier part, it was a bit heated, but hey, anybody that watches us, that's what happens over here. But it's all in love, believe it. Mr. Dodou, we got love for you over here. Trust me. We got love for you. So take care, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you to Dodou Ndow, and thank you to my co-host, Mr. Afridamos. Until we see you again next Saturday at 5 p.m. Gambia time, 6 p.m. UK time. and 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll see you, and till then, you have a good rest of your weekend and a good week coming up. Talk to
Thank
you
you.
guys soon.
Gam Recap, a show where objectivity is manifested to the core.
The Gam Recap Show is a show that tackles all kinds of different topics. You name it. Politics is at the center of it, life topics. But at Gam Recap Show,
We talk about issues that matter to you, issues that are key to our upliftment and development. So join us every Saturday,
9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 5 p.m. GMT, which is Gambian time. I will see you on Saturdays.
only on LSTV1.